A very beautiful Sunday evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good night from wherever you tuned in this live broadcast, live on air. My name is Fred. Today we are excited to be alive again by the grace of God. Bwana Vititi,
Yes.
how have been your week?
My week has been sufficient. I thank God. It's another meet right here on Word Cafe, where, as usual, we listen, we learn, and we live. Double L. No, triple. Triple L. L, L, L.
La la la.
La, 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 la. You remember that?
Yeah.
We listen, we learn, and we live.
And we live.
And we're very delighted, ladies and gentlemen, our family on the live stream. We are super excited. And I particularly want to thank Word Cafe for this new venue.
Yeah, we are in a new location, courtesy of Bustan.
We are growing. Nipe uzito.
Growth is a must.
Growth is evident.
Yes.
We have finally started getting partners to support
Yeah.
us on this live stream.
Yes.
So, courtesy of Bustan, we're in this beautiful restaurant.
Bustan restaurant.
Yes.
All right. Things have been happening.
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
We lost the king of TV.
I'm telling you, the legendary Larry King. He
Well-
passed on at a ripe age. 80 what?
80.
I think 87.
Yes, 87.
7. He lived a full life. I was actually looking at CNN shared a little bit of his profile. The guy worked for CNN for 25 years.
That's like his entire lifetime.
The better part, he started radio sometime in 1959, my friend. He was already on radio. And one of the things that struck me is in one of the interviews he said,
Yes.
I think he mentioned that he has interviewed more than 100,000 personalities in his lifetime. More
Interviews.
than 100,000.
That's quite.
He was the king of interviews. May he rest in peace. He's a true
Yeah.
legend. And of course, world leaders, celebrities, normal stories. Larry King was the man. In fact, the owner of CNN is called Ted Turner. Ted Turner confessed that it is Larry King who helped CNN become a household name both in America and in the world. The power of a talk show.
But he was no joke.
I'm telling you, his raspy voice and his nature of approach during interviews was really dope. And one of the strengths that he had is he knew how to ask the right questions.
We pray that someday we shall be on that platform.
We are already on that platform.
Talk of Larry King. There
Yes.
is also another Larry, our own.
Oh, Mado. Larry Mado is an amazing journalist. For me, I think he epitomizes resilience and growth. I was just following on how he captured the reporting in Washington, D.C. during the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And
Yeah.
it was nothing less than spectacular. The guy is articulate. Kenya to the world. Kudos, Larry. You are
Don't
making us proud.
underestimate Kenyans, my friend.
Not at all. Actually, we are on the world map. People like Larry Mado make us proud to be Kenyans. And I mean, even the skies are no limit on what he's doing on a frontier.
Sure.
Yes.
Talk of age.
Yes.
Our very own Charles Jonjo is celebrating 101. He was born in January 23rd, 1920.
101 already.
Yes.
May he continue aging gracefully, you know.
But an interesting story about Charles.
Yes.
He married at the age of 57.
And I watched an interview where he said, young man, why are you in a hurry marrying at 24?
So
What are you
this-
chasing?
This means you don't marry early You don't die early.
No, that is debatable. That is totally debatable. I think for him, he's had the grace of God, and of course, there are a lot of lessons in it because indeed, you know, he married quite as a senior citizen, but then God has been gracious to him. He has enjoyed a full life. He was knighted. Actually, he's called Sir Charles Njonjo, and I'm told up to date his suits still come from the UK.
3-piece.
3-piece.
Another interesting thing, nyama choma is not on his diet.
Absolutely.
No nyama choma.
Maybe that's the reason why he's lived to that
2 reasons
old,
why maybe
ripe age.
I'm just like guessing maybe that 2 reasons.
One,
he didn't marry early, and then he doesn't eat.
I think that can be debatable, but of course
you are not 40, right?
I'm not yet 40.
And you are already married.
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah.
Every choice we make, of course, has consequences, and there are pros and cons. Depending with the side of the coin you are looking at it. Yeah. He has been lucky. He's had a long, ripe age. For some of us, we don't know how old we live. Only God knows. But of course, the one thing that stands out is everybody is authentic in their own way. For him, he embodied that, did his early years to ensure that he builds a career, and once he was comfortable in his career, then he married. That is Charles Njonjo, and he is real in his own skin. As VTT, I'm real in my own. As Senior Fred, you are real in your own. As our producer Lynn, she's in her own skin. And I think that's the beauty of life. Kwamba, we cannot be the same. Our life story is totally different. And I think it brings home to our theme of today.
Before we go to our theme of today.
Yes.
Wenye kupiga ile wachanganuzi wanasema the health sector,
yes,
the medics were voted the best workers of 2020.
Good.
Yeah, wale walijitoa.
Yeah, frontline. They were the frontline actually on matters combating COVID-19.
Yeah, so they've rated health sector as to be the best workers of 2020.
Absolutely.
Followed by the media, followed by His Excellency the President.
Are you serious?
Yeah. President came number 3. Yeah. Then the church came number 4.
But then the church played a significant role in calming.
Then rating from the reverse side, the Senate came number 1.
In terms of
the contrary.
Yes. On the contrary, those who were ranked very low.
Yes. Okay. Senate came number 1.
They withheld money for a long time. You remember the debacle we had on money going to the county.
The national parliament.
Leading from behind.
Don't be surprised. Then the police. I don't know why the ratings.
I've not seen the data that supports that, but I think for the Senate, I'll go for it.
Seen?
I haven't seen.
Go to Infotrack.
Infotrack, very well. I'll check on Infotrack, but for the Senate, I think, you guys let us down.
If you agree with the Senate, and then you agree with the medics,
yes,
then the data is correct.
It actually seems legit, because the medics did a great job frontline on matters fighting COVID. Then, of course, looking at the church did a commendable job in terms of just calming people. I think we embraced live stream worship service, and the voice of the church was ever there. And I think from where we sit, tick, up to date, they're still doing a great job.
All right.
Yes.
That was it. Today we talk about authentic living.
Absolutely.
The originality in life. I think the living
being
original.
real, living originally as intended. By the creator, that is.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a topic that is very timely It's still there. I think we're on the third week of the new year.
Yeah.
Somebody told me we'll stop wishing each other New Year in February.
Even in June, who cares?
No, in June the year will have aged a little bit.
First half.
When we start first Feb, we will now be digging deeper. But notwithstanding, it's still not a crime to still wish somebody a New Year in February. Authentic living is really necessary if you are to attain the purpose that the Creator made us. And I think the background of this is the fact that we are fashioned differently as individuals, as VTT, as Fred. We are different. Unfortunately, we tend to conform to what society wants. And that's where we start going wrong and we lose our authenticity at that point. Hence, this conversation of being authentic is very, very necessary so that we can stand out instead of fitting in. Yes.
By the way, I spoke to the management of the restaurant and they have something. They wanted to surprise someone with a pizza.
Wow.
Courtesy of Bustan Pizza.
Exactly. Bustan Pizza.
I think at the end of this stream, I will be telling someone how she or he will be getting his free pizza.
Wow. So our live stream audience should look out for a free pizza courtesy of Bustan Restaurant. And I'm telling you, their pizzas are delicious. They are out of this world.
All right.
Out of this world. So listen in. You might just be the lucky person to get a free pizza courtesy of Bustan Restaurant.
If you love pizza, let me know.
Yes.
Either by comments on WhatsApp.
Drop your comments both on WhatsApp,
inbox, even on the wall.
Live stream.
No problem.
Comments.
Remember, we are on YouTube at Word Cafe by Fred Saisi. We are on Facebook of Fred Saisi. We are on
Word
Facebook, Word Cafe page. Wherever you just drop a comment, let me know which pizza you like. Let me know, by the way, peri peri, Africano, Bombay. Do you know pizzas?
Unfortunately, I'm not
Margarita.
so savvy in matters pizza. Now, with this support, I think
I don't know, Bologna or something.
Bologna, or I don't know. We will learn more about pizzas going forward.
Yes, let's go back to
delicious
authentic living.
True.
Is food part of living?
Automatically. I mean, we need food to replenish. So food acts as our fuel. You cannot be able to be productive if you are not healthy. And you are what you eat. So food constitutes a large percentage of the people that we become on our day-to-day basis in terms of even what we are doing. Yes. Food is necessary.
Food is necessary.
Yes. It's the nourisher. It's what sustains us.
Right.
Without which we cannot even be seated on this live stream sharing this. I mean, it's impossible.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Some comments there. No problem. Good. Let's stick to our course. Authentic living.
True.
Number one, what should we consider?
As I mentioned on the intro, that we have to live our life authentically as we were intended to. You know, but Fred, when we come to this world, we come with a blank slate, as it were, and we also come with innate abilities from the Creator. Then, as we move through our infant years, a lot of formation starts getting into this blank slate that they are. Depending with how you'll be nurtured, it goes a long way to establish and influence the person that you become. But the beautiful thing is, even as we grow, there will always be that element inside every person that will tend to guide the direction that your life will take. Hence, as you've asked in this conversation, we want to debunk and just to exploit further on how then can we ensure that we are living authentically as opposed to continue living dependent on what society has put on you. And I think the first key thing that we need to observe for us to, live authentically is to honor our truth. And what do I mean by honoring your
So
truth?
number one, we should
Honor your truth. As Fred Saisi, as Vincent the trainer. And this is what we mean by honoring the truth or honoring your truth. We come with different abilities, likings, inclinations into what we can do. You've been modeled as a Ferrari, and then the world wants you to operate as a Toyota. Then there is a problem. Hence, you need to establish, I am wired towards this particular direction. Remember, there'll be a lot of influence from the home environment to the school environment. And I'm happy as somebody who has had a teaching background that right now we are getting into the skill-based kind of learning where we will promote skills as opposed to just being given content, being pumped into content, and what you need is a memory to remember what you are given.
Was it really content that we were pumped in?
Yeah, the kind of education most of us underwent was a system where it mainly focused on recalling information as opposed to building skills. And now we are talking of building skills. And that is why when you honor your truth, we are talking of what abilities do you possess. Then you run with those abilities. The inbuilt abilities, right, which of course will be influenced by nature and nurture. Let's bring it down easily.
Okay.
Our Kenyan athletes, they are born with that inherent talent of being athletes, courtesy of their terrain and even their psychological setup. And many of them have become superstars out of pursuing that line. That is an example of living your truth.
Okay.
We've had learners who are, or people who have been built to be academicians. So you put them in class, they will scale that ladder of academia very well. That is their truth, and some of them end up becoming professors. There are others who will do very well in technical institutions, learn matters electrical, mechanical engineering. They become engineers, they become doctors, they become scientists. They pursue their truth. Then, of course, there are those who are very good in practical elements, artists, musicians, dancers, and today we are even having creatives. So as long as you are able to establish what makes you vibe, what makes you come alive. For example, as Vincent the trainer, I can speak the whole day. And I discovered this a little bit late in life, but it's something that I already had even as a young person on my O levels. I always wanted to be on matters broadcast journalism. And at that particular point in time where I wanted to pursue media studies, my parents were of a different opinion. But I thank God I'm still into that direction, that even as a 16, 15-year-old, I was feeling that I was meant for this. Today, sitting on Word Cafe, I'm living my truth. So you have to honor your truth. It might take some time, ladies and gentlemen, to incline towards that which you feel you can do. My submission will be, do not relent on it.
Okay.
There might be twists and turns, but keep making steps every other day to honor that which you know you can do without struggling. For me, sitting here on Word Cafe, I'm not struggling. I'm enjoying this moment. I know my creator wanted me to do this. So we have to honor our truth if we are to live authentically. And that is what will even make you get noticed when you honor your truth. Remember, the good book tells us, your talents and will put you before kings and queens.
Kapsa.
Not your education. It's your talent.
That's true.
It's your ability that will set you before great men and women. This is the truth we are talking about.
By the way, today we are on Word Cafe.
Yes.
Not because of what we studied in school.
Not at all.
Right?
Not at all.
Zile hesabu za siju 1 over what times what. I don't know where they...
Algorithms, equations. It is necessary to learn those
How?
things. It is like it's part of showing that you are teachable.
Oh,
But what we are saying
but
today,
it doesn't apply in...
for some, like now, what we are doing in this particular platform, as a consultant trainer, doing algebra, doing the maths, the algorithms, only showed me that I am teachable.
Oh,
Yes. So going to school is still okay. Going to get that degree is still fine. But
The
as
talent.
long as you are inclined towards a particular direction, we have great artists who have even masters. So we are not dismissing the value of getting a good education, because that already shows you're teachable. But do not relent. As a producer, as somebody who runs a media center, you are inclining towards your truth on your technical skills.
Yes.
And that's why we are seated on Word Cafe today. You can imagine the disservice that would have happened to us if you would not have pursued this line, Bonafred. That would be a disservice to God.
all right.
Yes. So we need to honor our truth. We need to train our children and be keen to the to their passions, to their interests,
Yep.
and support that. And even for us who are already working into different areas, let us incline towards that voice that tells us, you can do this. Do it and pursue it relentlessly. In fact, you will always feel alive when you are pursuing and honoring your truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live, courtesy of Bustan Restaurant. By the way, let me know the kind of pizza you like. Just go to Bustan Cafe and Restaurant. Go to their Instagram page. Just mention the pizza you like, or your favorite pizza. And if you are the first one to mention like margarita, or you are the first one to mention Bombay, or you're the first one to mention tikka, and then there are a lot of people mentioning the same, then you are the first one, and the mention that has a lot of mention, the name that has a lot of mention, or the pizza kind has a lot of mention,
Is the one that you will get.
is the one that you will get. And you being the first one to mention, you guessed right.
Guys, am I also supposed to play? I could just go on their Instagram page right now
Let's
and,
try.
and
We are
do
not
it.
biased. Even if I'm the first one, I'll get.
So whoever comments
You can
first
try.
on, remind me their Instagram name?
Bustan Restaurant.
Bustan Restaurant.
On their Instagram, yes.
On Instagram. Guys, go there right now. I don't want to take that chance, because if I take
Just
my
write
phone...
hashtag word cafe
Exactly.
peri peri, or hashtag word cafe tikka, or yeah,
The clock is ticking.
you guess
Let's
it
do
right.
this. For the best pizzas. Bustan Cafe and Restaurant.
But did you know that you can buy one and you are given another one?
I saw that offer, and it's only 1,000 bob. That's an incredible offer, both on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right?
No,
All day, every day.
Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And if you didn't know, if
Yes.
you came even on a Monday,
Yes.
and you said, I had this mention on Word Cafe, it is yours.
Wow.
You
wow.
just buy one, you are given one.
Wow.
free.
Guys, take up this opportunity and treat somebody to some nice tasting, delicious pizza courtesy of Bustan Cafe
So
and
we're
Restaurant.
talking about authentic living.
Authentic living.
Hakuna kuishi photocopy.
No. You know, for the longest time, people have had miserable lives as a result of copying. You are an original. Why should you live as a copy?
No need.
No need at all. You know, I read this story of some wild egg that was picked by a farmer and brought it. He thought it's a chicken's egg, so brought it to the mother hen that was brooding, and the egg eventually hatched, and it was actually an eagle's egg, and it hatched with the chicks. Then out of association, it reached a point where it felt it could fly, but the chicks told this particular eaglet that, you know, here we don't fly, we just play here and we are flightless.
Right.
And every time this eaglet could see other eagles, it could feel like it wants to fly. But then the other chicks are like, you belong to us. And that is how the eagle became a chicken. You see, now the eagle was not honoring its truth to the fact that it is meant to soar high above the skies.
Because of association.
Association. And that brings us to the second point on authentic living.
Yes.
Is understanding your privilege. The eaglet there wasn't understanding its privilege.
That it can fly.
That it can fly. And it was holding back. Though it could feel that it could flap its wings, but ilikuwa inaogopa. So how do we pursue or embrace understanding privilege? Let's look at some of the privileges we have, Senior. Today we are seated here.
Yep.
Alive and kicking. Isn't that a privilege?
It is.
That's the first privilege we always forget. As a speaker, the fact that I can articulate, my voice can come out, is already a privilege. But we take these things for granted and we feel like, oh, I deserve this. No. As long as you are healthy, safe, sound, there is food in your house, my friend, you are privileged. And you need to understand that privilege. So, once you embrace that, you see, many times we start our days with dissatisfaction because we are not embracing gratitude. So I want to challenge all of us that no matter what is happening around us, as long as you get out of your bed and you are alive and kicking, that is already a privilege. So do not wallow in self-pity on what is weighing you down. Because many people get into complacent attitudes because of not realizing that it is a privilege to be here today, and that by that virtue alone you are destined for greatness.
Understanding
Privilege. You are privileged by just being here today. That in
Going to
itself,
school in a privilege.
it's a privilege. Having that car that disturbs you is a privilege. You know,
Baba,
saa ile unazungumza sina
kuna
mafuta,
gari zingine.
sina do ya ngata,
Sawa.
inamaanisha wewe una gari.
But having a car that is always kwa mechanic.
It is a privilege.
Ama ni privilege
It
kwa
is
mechanic.
no, even for you, it shows you have a means of transport.
Like you wake up number 1 on to-do list to go to garage.
Exactly. You are privileged, man. You are privileged. You are waking
I
up
got
and skiza. You are waking up and you're complaining of the work schedules. My friend, you have work.
It is a privilege.
It is a privilege. You are complaining that you've been taking ugali for the longest. You have food.
It is a privilege.
It is a privilege.
Sawa.
So the fact that there is something that you're complaining about is a privilege in itself. You are complaining your suppliers have not paid you. It means you are actively
supplied.
doing something. You are actively doing something.
It is a privilege.
A privilege. So we need to understand this. And you know, when I came to learn that principle, it shifted my mindset.
Kwamba mume wangu ni mlevi.
Una mume.
It is a privilege.
Una mume. It's a
Niko na
privilege.
mke mang'aa.
Ananisumbua sumbua hapa. Una
It is.
mke. So it's for you to just work on those teething issues
Alright.
that they are there. But the fact that there is something working for you, you
is a privilege.
are privileged.
Alright.
And you know, Bwana Senior, once this concept gets in, it's actually a philosophy that the attitude of gratitude on what you have,
Hapo pa gratitude na attitude.
eh,
Sijui kwa Kiswahili ni vipi, but go on.
yes, nadhani umenielewa. So that attitude, naweza sema muonekano wako kwa mambo ambayo yanatokea kwako ni wewe uyaangalie kwa kuyaweka kwenye context, put them in context and be able to look at it from a point of strength that I have been endowed with these abilities. I've been endowed with this job that is messing me up. You have that opportunity. And you know, once you start having that gratitude that there are a few challenges, but I am blessed, it is different. It takes away self-pity and it helps open up your world on other possibilities on what you can do. The other day we were having a conversation with you. Let's be real. And there are these suppliers we've done trainings and they have not paid. And you told me something that I want to share with our viewers on the new money principle. Before the old money
Comes.
before the new money comes, old money should have been used. And that thing has given me a new perception to the fact that, fine, these guys haven't paid, but when they pay, you are going to replenish that old. And you remember, it's even biblical on the new wineskins and the old wineskins. You cannot put new wine in old wineskins.
That is a fact.
Yes, under biblical
By the way,
principle.
New money should come in when your old money is spent.
Exactly.
You copy that?
I copied, and I'm actually living it right now.
And most of us fear spending the last coin.
Yeah, we love holding on.
Yeah, asking if I spend this 1,000 or 1,000 or this 500 or this 100, what happens next?
Exactly.
Come on, spend your last coin. You see, we have a privilege.
Yes.
Just having God on our side.
True.
The moment he realizes, oh, this guy has spent his last coin,
Yes.
a new coin should come.
He brings it. He's ever there.
Twende kwa number 3.
Very key, and it connects with the first two in terms of honoring your truth and again understanding your privilege. The next step we need to embrace is being able to work on our inner self. For us to live authentically, we must. It's not a question of if. We must work on our inner self. Our inner self is what will portray on the outside.
Our inner self.
Our inner self. In fact, there's an African proverb that says, if there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. Most of the enemies, most of the demons are in ourselves.
Not outside.
Not outside. A ship does not sink because of water in the ocean. It sinks because of water that gets inside the ship. And I'm not preaching.
No, I was just about to say,
Yes.
You can preach that again.
So whatever, the things that sink us are not the external factors. It's the internal. So we need to constantly, and this is a constant journey. I even constantly battle on becoming resilient on the inside. You've shared me some of your personal stories, and one of the key things that stands out is the internal resilience. And nobody in this world has achieved anything substantial without that internal tenacity. A perfect example in this day and time, Joe Biden, from 1972, when he got into as a senator, to 2021, how many years are those?
You can do
Of
that.
resilience. He lost a wife in a road accident, daughter. He lost a son. He lost another son. Lots of tragedies, but he held on to his faith, to his resilience. He kept, and I loved what he said during the inauguration speech, that there are moments where tough things will happen, but as long as the inner self is fortified, you will always rise up. So the inner self determines the projection of the outside. He's 78, the oldest president America has ever had, but he got the job. In fact, somebody said, don't come here and tell me I'm 60, I'm retiring. What are you retiring? The dude is 78, sharp, astute. In fact, I looked at my age and was like, man, I still have another 70 years of being productive, as it were.
Even at 100.
I'm telling you. So, how you attain such feats is not so much on what is happening on the outside. It is so much on what is happening on the inside. So we have to build our fortification from the inside, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how best I can say this, and it's an everyday journey.
Do you know why you have to?
Go ahead.
As long as you are still alive,
Yes.
you still have to live.
You have to.
Can you imagine, like, one day you just wake up, you say, I think I'm fed up with life. I don't want to eat. I don't want to breathe.
You'll die.
Before you die, you will struggle.
Of course you will. And where is the death coming in? From your inside.
From the inside.
Because you're already like attracting it. You know? And truth be told, our life will always have challenges, and it doesn't matter who you are.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
The pressure that we undergo, or the pressure that we go through in life, is very important. Sikiza, actually it is the resistance of the water that
Yes.
keeps the ship afloat.
Exactly.
It is the resistance of the air that keeps the plane.
Afloat also. And still on the water, it's the resistance that cuts the rock. Eventually, a channel will be formed because of that constant resistance, and the friction will happen.
Kabisa.
Yes.
Wachana na hiyo yote. Twende namba.
But I'm liking this element of the
Ama
inner self.
tuachie hapo
No,
tuendelee next
tutaendelea. We still have some time. I think we still have almost 20 minutes.
time. All right.
Yes, we are still good.
Twende nalo.
So once we have built our inner self, this will enable us get comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's our fourth.
Being
Tactic.
uncomfortable.
Being comfortable, being comfortable, being uncomfortable. Meaning, even in uncomfortable circumstances, which will surely come in our life, you will still be comfortable.
Kama you are on salary, the company pays on time,
Yes.
on date. Yeah. Nyumba ni average salary, na afford kulipa nyumba, una afford kuweka watoto skuli. Bana, kuna watu hawezi kuwa uncomfortable as long as they are there.
Now, you need to disrupt that. You need to disrupt that, because if you are not going to be comfortable being uncomfortable, you'll always want to be in a comfort zone. Remember, nothing has ever been achieved substantially when you are comfortable. All human inventions have come out as a result of man feeling uncomfortable. We couldn't be seated here on Word Cafe on this amazing building with an AC, with professional cameras, with lighting, with good coaches, if somebody was not uncomfortable somewhere. So it is this discomfort that made somebody realize
that we need to move up.
To get better. We need more powerful cameras. We need good lighting. We need to cook. We need to have good laptops. We need to have comfortable coaches. All these are products of discomfort. We need to have potable water. Growing up, who will go to bottled water wapi? When we were growing up, it wasn't there. But we realized nyungu iko uchote musiongo, yes, in a pot, or for others, you go to running taps. You wouldn't carry water around. But then somebody realized.
But you could carry.
Mimi sikumbuki nikibeba maji nikiwa primary.
Kibuyu ya nini?
Ya 5 liters utatembea nao kila mahali.
What do you do?
That discomfort is what created bottled water. That discomfort of drinking from a shianda, a gourd, created
a glass.
That discomfort of writing with a feather, with ink from plants, created a pen. What are we saying, ladies and gentlemen? When you are in a discomfort, you will, the rule here is man is geared towards comfort. So when something is not working out right, that's why when it starts raining right now and you're outside, you will want to get very fast to your car or into the next building so that you're not rained on. Why? You want to get comfortable. So that is why people made umbrellas, because you don't want the scorching sun. When people got tired of riding on horses, people invented cars. People wanted to move at faster speeds. Aeroplanes were invented. And today, we wanted to transfer money very fast. M-Pesa came. If there is no discomfort in your life, you will never move. Today, you get, and God bless landlords. When a landlord pisses you up every other time, asking for, you go and build your house. Why? Because you are uncomfortable of having some dude standing before you asking you, hujalipa rent ya mwezi huu. go and build your house. You'll find a way to buy that plot. You'll find a way of building that house so that you are in your own home. Discomfort is what makes that happen. If there is no discomfort, you will as well just stay. So, ladies and gentlemen, one of the key things of authentic living is get comfortable being uncomfortable. If you're in a particular state and you're feeling so nice about it, disrupt it. And that's actually going to be the next point on authentic living in terms of be disruptive as our fifth point. Being disruptive goes hand to hand with being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
Yep.
Now,
All right.
any substantial thing, even today, we are in the era of creatives and social media. Which people get noticed on social media or even on mainstream media? Let me give an example. When a dog bites you, will it make news?
No.
But if you go and bite a dog,
You'll be trending.
everybody will talk about it. Why? Because it's disruptive. It's not known that you will run. And there was this clip on social media the other day of a kid, a small baby. Alikuwa amesimama mahali, kukakuwa na papi. Hii papi ikaja ni kama inamuuma. Then this kid akalia. Hii papi ikarudi tena ikamgwara. Do you know what the kid did? He held the puppy and beat it. And the puppy really cried and the baby dropped it and the puppy ran away. Why did that video trend on social media?
Aliuma dogi.
Kamtoto kaliuma dogi.
Okay.
Disruptions. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to disrupt our industries. Whether you are employed, whether you are in business, whether you are in sales, whether you are in marketing, cause some form of disruption positively. Of course, many people have used this philosophy wrongly, where you cause a disruption by doing some
Negative,
bad thing and you want it to bring you trending. No, that is not the kind of disruption we're talking about.
Disruption tunaongea ni kama ya hustler ama?
Define hustler. Unajua hii hustler narrative.
Ukitaja hustler ni mtu mmoja.
Okay, actually it's a disruption. The reason why we are talking of the hustler nation is because he picked on a theme that is disruptive. And he brought a wheelbarrow. Automatically, his creatives are smart and they are doing well in their job because they knew if we bring the wheelbarrow as the symbol of the hustler nation, people will talk about it. That's a disruption already. That's a disruption. Perfect example you've brought.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, mimi mkali kwa example. Senior mwenyewe. Nikupe nyingine.
Leta nyingine for our viewers. For our viewers, leta nyingine. Okay. So umeleta mfano mzuri. Na zipo nyingi. So the big deal here is looking at what you are doing. The impact you want. What disruption do you think you can bring? I was following on actually the late this guy did a lot of big crusades. It's called who?
Reinhard? No.
Not Bonke. Before Bonke, there's this other guy. He was even interviewed by the late Larry King. I don't know why I'm forgetting him. Reverend. The name will come.
Right.
But what made him get noticed is he was very disruptive in the kind of passion he had for Christ. And his altar calls were some of the Billy Graham, BG.
So not that I mean.
You are very nice. I followed the story of Billy Graham, my friend. The guy was an evangelist, and the passion and the zeal, he was pulling stadiums full because his passion. You know, there is an evangelist, and then there is an evangelist like Billy Graham. So what are we saying? In whatever industry you are, look at the disruption Mark Zuckerberg brought. Brought Facebook, disrupted everything. You will say that's an international example. Coming down here, when Danson Mucheni, our very own, brought Jumbo Pay, he caused a disruption in how counties were doing business. You know, and he became a very impactful person in society and kept smiling all the way to the bank because
bank zenyewe zinalia. You know, we used to pay everything through the bank.
Of course.
Bank.
It's channeled because it caused a disruption. So it is imperative on all of us as VTT, as Fred Saisi, and our viewers. What disruption can you cause in your industry?
Ngoja mimi cause disruption
In your workplace.
Yes.
For you to get noticed, you must cause some disruption in terms of increased sales, in terms of increased revenues and impact. Kama wewe ni mwalimu, utajulikanaje kama mwalimu? Give the highest grades. You know? Something that will make people realize that you're there. I will use this example. I think many of us can relate it. Many people watched the wife material show by Eric Omondi and we thought it was real. Only for him later on to come and say everything, even Shakila was scripted and Band Becker was scripted, Carol was scripted. Even those kisses were scripted.
Hiyo walisema haikuwa script.
It was scripted. It was part of the script that you kiss as if it is real. Of course, they went an extra mile to only try and show authenticism. And you know, Eric Omondi, the big time studios, they're now doing well. He's getting contracts on advertisement. You saw the Lato advert. He disrupted the advertisement industry. If you cannot disrupt your industry, you will not be noticed.
Okay.
That's the challenge we all have. I think as Word Cafe, we are equally challenged, but I thank God, little and steadily, we are moving towards the right direction.
Sijui tumebakisha dakika ngapi? Ni actually it is 17:15 now.
We can still talk
17,
about
16.
one other approach.
Yes, Saisi is tuned in from Nakuru. Ako ni kasisi kangu kadogo.
Very well, seen here.
Then tuko na Valentine Musula from Bamburi Mtambo. Beverly Mejika following Helen Mukunza from Nyali.
Awesome.
Mohammed Abdi Botan. Wafi Hantai.
Hey, what was my?
He's tuned in from Jundan Palace Hotel, Mombasa.
Jundan.
Yeah, then okay. Yeah, mambo kama hayo. Sijui nani anachukua pizza, hatujajua mpaka sasa.
Guys, comment. Comment and share the kind of pizza that you love. Do that and you might just be the lucky winner.
Wacha wakae kama wataki pizza.
The lucky winner. Go ahead and comment right now.
So at wait, where are we? So at 17, 17, how many minutes?
We can still we still have a slot for one more
17,
point.
nearly 17, 18.
Yes.
We have some few minutes to go.
Exactly.
Nearly 12.
Yes. So just a summary of what we've discussed so far on authentic living.
Yes.
One, we have said honor your truth. You must honor your truth. Two, what did we mention? We mentioned that you need to be able to understand privilege, that you are privileged to be here. And the third one is we need to work on our inner self. It's a daily engagement, working on our inner self. Then let us be disruptive in terms of what we are doing, positive disruption, and being comfortable being uncomfortable. So be comfortable being uncomfortable. It's very important. Then I'll just want to crown it all by...
What you assigned on umeishika?
Yeah. Kushika gani?
Being comfortable.
Be comfortable.
Be comfortable for being uncomfortable. All
yes.
right.
Yes. Such that even when storms are happening, you'll still be comfortable.
Dance in the rain.
Absolutely. Learn to dance in the rain. That's an easier version of the same point.
Okay.
Yes. Learn to dance in the rain. And the beautiful thing is, when you're dancing in the rain, even when you're crying, people will not notice. They're like,
even when you are sweating.
He's dancing. Nobody will notice. They'll just, that guy is enjoying, man.
Machozi na mvua
imefanana.
Let's do it. Ya mwisho.
Last but not least, anchor yourself in God. It's very necessary.
The genesis and the finisher of everything.
Everything. Because if you are uprooted from the ground and you're a plant, you'll die.
You will die.
And God is our manufacturer. He is the one who has indicated our chassis number. he knows the kind of power we have in our engines. So as long as we are anchored in him,
chassis na engine haina mahali inahusiana. Engine iko na namba yake, chassis iko na namba yake.
Tueleze zaidi.
Waweza chukua engine number 1 ukaweka kwa chassis number 3. So chassis na engine.
Our technical people have spoken. Our technical people have spoken. Tumeelewa lakini. So let's be anchored in our Creator because He nourishes us.
Actually, even He knows the value we have.
True.
He knows what is within us. He knows actually the purpose why. Like when you're buying a car,
yes,
the manufacturer puts some things.
Specifications.
Yes.
True.
And some of these units are meant for a certain purpose.
True, true.
Like in case there is a collision, there is a protective airbag.
True,
yeah?
true.
In case you want to stop, you have brakes.
Sure.
In case you want to add more power,
yes,
you have to accelerate. So the same way
yes,
that these things are made, even a phone,
exactly,
whoever created a phone
has specifications.
At one point you need to share something when you are away, so
true,
it creates with a camera inside.
True, true. Bluetooth.
He allows the Bluetooth on sharing.
Connect.
He allows even the Wi-Fi or
to
internet
connect.
connectivity on
True.
data to send the photo away.
Yes.
So like when the creator creates everyone, regardless of the location,
true,
regardless of where you are,
exactly,
okay, the inbuilt part of you, only the creator knows that VTT is capable of doing
this very much.
Kabisa.
True.
So umeona kuna watu anaoa 7 wives,
yes,
na ana manage
vizuri sana,
lakini mwingine anaoa moja.
Sema pole pole. Inakuwa kizungu mkuti.
Anyway, tusidebate kwa hiyo.
Yes.
Kile ninasema ni whatever energy that is in you,
true,
it was created for a purpose.
That's it. So hence being able to anchor yourself with that manufacturer will enable you to always operate within that authenticity that he has given you. And it is this voice of the creator that will be telling you, go for this, push yourself towards this, work on this. And in essence, once you're anchored on the creator, you'll be able to live full and die empty. We are supposed to die empty. We are not supposed to die with the energy, with the abilities that God has given us. So let us be encouraged that once we are anchored in our Creator, then we can be able to, live authentically and do all those things that the Creator knows we can do. That's why the nudge, the instinct will always be there telling you, VTT, you can do more. You can impact lives better. And if you hold back, then that will be a disservice to the Creator.
What a better way of ending the show today.
It has been real. Thank you.
Umesema unajua pizza gani? Before maybe we go.
Now that you've mentioned, was it pepperoni?
Peri peri.
Ushamba nayo. Peri peri. Peri peri pizza.
Iko na nini na nini?
Sijui hizo contents. I will be lying.
Next time I'll take you to the kitchen.
Kindly.
Yeah.
In fact, we should do a kitchen edition with a chef. Live on set.
Kabisa.
Yeah. So that anatuonyesha jinsi anavyotayarisha.
Before, when my sons were, Daddy, tunataka pizza, I always told them, pizza si ni mayai tu na tomato, Daddy, wewe hujui pizza.
Ina vitu vingi.
Ina vitu
vingi. And I think the other day when we tasted the Bustan pizza, I wasn't keen. Now, if we go down to the chef, we'll be able to know exactly what ana add nini kwa nini, and then the final product inakuwa namna gani. But one thing I can assure you, very delicious. Bustan, the place to be.
We wish to end it there.
True.
Have a productive week ahead.
Have a good one. Yours truly, VTT.
May God keep you with good health. Till we meet again. Remember, go to Instagram page ya Bustan Restaurant. Type hapo ile pizza your favorite. Watu wakikuja nyuma yako wataje hiyo pizza. yule atashinda na mentions nyingi za hiyo pizza, haki ni yako. Mimi nitakuletea hata kama uko Nairobi, at least you have someone who can pick it on your behalf. Mombasa, hata kama uko London, there is someone who can pick it on your behalf.
You can delegate the
lazima. We
eater.
are Kenyans.
Yes.
We don't fail in
We
something.
don't.
In all things.
Not at all.
In being a best president, unaona paka Trump alianza kukopi vile Kenya hufanya.
Sure.
We are the best, by the way.
True. We are proud to be Kenyans.
We are Kenyans.
I'm proud particularly.
How so?
Yes.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Peace.